or be revved, second variable.
So last week we pretty much got a set of pretty good episodes. I'm going to do a quick review of episodes 7 through 9. Then I'm going to introduce a few theories that have not really been brought up yet. Episode 7 pretty much starts off with the possible threat of Starro coming to take over the Earth, and the only person who could save Earth would be Vandal, Savage, or the Light. Apparently, the Light has pretty much done their job, and they pretty much stopped the heroes in their tracks of trying to save the world. Like, hands down, you can't do anything. We also learn about the origins of metas, origin of the deal between Savage and Apokolips. Last thing, and this part was pretty interesting, but they leave something in there that I believe is really interesting. I'm gonna bring that up later about the team getting their training and also introducing their team names. So episode 8 was pretty good. I really enjoyed the story on that one. The one thing I'm I just find it funny is the way they introduced the idea that all these teams are pretty much working together, even though in the public eye they aren't. It's just funny. So we have Robin come in speaking to Batman about what happened on his op, and Nightwing comes in and speaks to Oracle on what happened on his op, and Aqualad and Wonder Woman discuss what's happening in the Justice League. It's just crazy when you think about it, because they're all in their separate areas, but they're in the Batcave. They're all in the Batcave. So why didn't you guys just sit at a table and just discuss this, or even just play it off like we're just coming over for dinner or something, and then it turns out it wasn't just dinner. I like what they did. It's just, I find it funny. So episode 9 is basically the writers throwing out the book for good versus evil. The way they wrote these villains is amazing. Coming from episode 8, we already know that we have to go in the gray. It's not just good versus bad. It's what we need to do to make our goals achievable. And that's what we're seeing here in this particular episode. In episode 6, we get a glimpse of the future. We learn that the Reach plans to enslave humanity and that a few heroes die trying to save the Earth. But because Bart goes back in time, we avoid enslavement by the Reach and drastically change the future.
Big mission. Lots to do. Better get to it.
Giving the Flash a chance to live and giving both Beetles their freedom. But we learned by the end of the episode that there's more to the future than we expected.
You did it! It's a new day. Oh.
The final episode of season 2 implied that Darkseid and Savage are working together, which speaks volumes for what this could mean for the Earth in the future. Darkseid has always hunted for the anti-life equation, but for Savage and the Light, their goals doesn't seem to line up, just like the Reach. Now in episode 7 of season 3, we learned that Savage was born before the first civilization, and as he grew he came across Darkseid, who saw a potential army and a way to find the anti-life equation, based on the fact that Savage's army and descendants are metas. Now like I said earlier, in episode 7, this really expands the universe, because this basically explains that most metas born on Earth not affected by alien DNA are descendants of Vandal Savage. But this doesn't mean every meta is a descendant of Vandal Savage. Someone like John Kent, who is the son of Superman, gets his powers because he has the DNA of Superman. So someone like the Flash or Black Canary, even though it could have been an accident for how they got their power, mainly the reason why they have their power is because they have the potential to unlock that ability. So someone like the Flash, who gets into an accident, unlocks their ability because they have the potential within their DNA. To recap, we have reasons to believe Savage is the father of all metas. The future is still in danger because of potential war between Apokolips and the Light, and all the teams are pretty much powerless to stop it because of government limitations and possible meta-human trafficking in space. Now, if I were to speculate on who would win between the Light versus Darkseid, seeing that the Light has been pretty much a villain from the very beginning, it's possible that they win, but the way the environment looks like in the future, I have reasons to believe that Darkseid learns the anti-life equation, destroys the Light, destroys the heroes, and enslaves humanity. But we'll see how it plays out. One of the oldest tropes for superheroes is the idea of a secret identity to protect not only themselves but the people that they care about. And since episode 7 and 9, we know that this can no longer be the case for these heroes. So we finally have confirmation that there is technically no safe place for these heroes because the Light know their secret identity. They know Batman is Bruce Wayne. They know Superman is Clark Kent. So when we look at these characters believing that they're safe, believing that their family can come home and not have to worry about there's a crazy maniac like the Joker is sitting inside their house waiting to shoot them, it makes everything more tense. And the show no longer feels like a superhero show. It feels more like a Cold War documentary where each side is trying to overcome the other. And yes, there are a few characters out there in the show that don't really have a secret identity. For example, Static, technically not every criminal knows his identity, but someone like Lex Luthor, who's a part of the Light, knows his identity. Someone like Blue Beetle's identity was recently revealed last season when he got taken over by the Reach. At the end of episode 9, the identities of these heroes being revealed to the Light at this extent is like they have a file cabinet for every single hero that's been active from a particular time up to now or will eventually become potential heroes. And that's kind of scary when you think about it. Ever since Young Justice came back, it's been a little bit more lenient with killing characters, so we can pretty much expect someone to die at the end of this season. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, please. If you like this content, subscribe. I am planning on releasing more videos related to this. Friday, I'm gonna try. I'm a huge procrastinator, but I want to drop the DC Universe app review, or how they can improve the app. And I also do plan to continue doing reviews for Young Justice, as well as Doom Patrol when it drops. I believe it drops the 15th, so look out for that.